Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So this is the fifth video of the series, and as I promised, I'll show you how you can add a TIE fighter in your video. So let's look at the video again. Check this video out if you want to know how I added the Death Star in this video. So we will jump into After Effects, but first read this disclaimer.
By making this video, I'm not claiming that I know everything about filmmaking or VFX. I'm just learning as you watch.
This is a bit difficult for beginners. I would rate this 3.5 out of 5 because it's really advanced and it uses a plugin called Element 3D, which is not free. I have put a link below. There's a free trial, but the software is not free. But you can do this without that plugin. You can do this in native AE without any plugin also. So that's, and all the models used is free, completely free. I have also put the links below for that. So let's jump into After Effects and make this video.
So today we are going to make this TIE fighter. You can download the 3D file from the link given below. It's from Video Copilot and it's free, so you can download that. Now I am going to use Element 3D for this. You can do this even without Element 3D, and Element 3D is a paid plugin for After Effects by Video Copilot. So I'll import the footage in After Effects and name it TIE Fighter, and apply 3D camera tracker to it to track the camera. Hit analyze and leave it to analyze. And after it solves the camera, we will make a ground plane and create a camera. And now I will add a black solid to it, so I'll make it black and add Element 3D to it. Now in the Element 3D, I'll open setup and it takes a time to load. So after it opens, I will click on import and import the 3D file, and you should have all the boxes checked. Mine does not because I did something to it. I don't know what I did, but it does not contain the checked boxes. So you should get all the shaders and textures when you are importing. I have to do it manually, so I'll import the shaders manually. So here you can see I'm adding everything manually. And you should make it standard shaders instead of physical shaders, because that will look nicer. So I'll add all the textures, reflection maps, normal maps and everything, and hit OK. And now in a while our 3D object will appear in the scene. So now I'll open group 1 and go to particle replicator and play with the XY position and Z position. And I'll go to rotation and rotate it a bit so that it looks like it's really flying. I'll just adjust the positions, and now I'll keyframe the XY position, Z position and the rotations XYZ and animate it after a few frames so that it looks like it's flying in the 3D space. So after some frames, I'll change the value of XYZ and rotate it a bit. I'll make it go from right side to left side and then go upwards like that. So I want it to go from right side to the left side, from right side of the frame to the left side of the frame, and then go upwards. So I'll just play with the positions and rotations, and as you can see, it's looking like it's flying upwards. And now I will hit U and select all the things and hit F9 so that everything will be easy ease, which makes your keyframe very smooth and organic. So I'll just play with the keyframes and see what looks best. And now I will add a light. I will make it a bit yellow and set the source to the sun so that it mimics sunlight, and I'll change the source to sun. I'll place it where the sun actually is, and I'll make it a bit more light yellow so it looks fine. It looks a little bit crappy, but we'll do some tweaks to fix it. So now I will duplicate my footage 2 times and set one layer at the top. I have previously explained why I'm doing this. You can check the video here. I'm just creating a foreground image and a background image. Foreground for the trees in the foreground, and background means the sky. So I'll just add tint and play with the levels to make everything black except the sky. And in the front layer I will add set matte and take matte from layer to my bottom layer and make it effects. So I'll just play with the levels to see what fits best, and as you can see, this is what the effect is doing. So now I will add color matcher to my 3D object, which will blend my 3D object and the scene together by matching colors. And now I will play with the light. I'll go to light and make it spot blue, which fits nice in the scene. So we still need to use comp light because you can see what it's doing. And I will just play with the settings. Shadows, I will enable shadows, and also I will enable AO, which means ambient occlusion, and I'll also enable fog. And now I will add a hue saturation. So I'll just play with the saturation. I will desaturate a little bit and maybe decrease the light or increase the light, whichever suits the scene. And now I will add a camera lens blur to it, because now the 3D object is really sharp. We have to match the sharpness of our lens, so I'll de-sharpen it just a little bit. And I'll now add light wrap and set operation to comp on background layer to my footage, and comp mode to over. And now I will add RSMB, which means Real Smart Motion Blur. It's a plugin by Real Smart. You can also use the CC Motion Blur, which is fine, but it takes a lot of time to render. So I'm using RSMB to add motion blur to my 3D object. now I will check motion blur on my 3D layer, element 3D layer, and that's it.
So this is it guys, and here's how the final video will look after some grading. So thanks for watching the video. Leave a like if you enjoyed it and sub if you loved it, and I'll see you. Bye.